My name is Nicholas Dias, and I'm a student at Massachusetts Maritime Academy, and I have created a BioBits video on invasive species. In this video, I'll be talking more in depth on what the black carp is and how they are an invasive species. Today, you will learn about what an invasive species is and how black carp fall into this category. On what invasive species are. What is an invasive species? In simple terms, an invasive species is when an exotic or new species comes in and has a negative impact on its surrounding environment or ecosystem. Invasive species can cause environmental harm, economic harm, and/or impact human health. One important reason species become invasive is that they often lack predators in their new environment. Now that we have a general understanding of what invasive species are, it is important to know where they come from. Invasive species can be introduced to an area for several reasons, such as international transport, which can have a positive outcome. However, they can also have a detrimental effect on the environment if they compete with or displace native species. Another way is that species can accidentally be shipped over without anybody knowing until it's too late, and then they become invasive. The black carp. Black carp are one of four non-native fish species that are characterized into a group that is referred to as invasive carp. Black carp are native to Eastern Asia and were introduced to the United States during the 1970s to the 1980s. They were imported into private fish farms and introduced as a biological control agent in aquatical farms to stop the spread of disease-carrying pests such as yellow grub and snails in aquatic ponds. Many also believed that these fish could also be used as a good food source for the American people, but this was not the case. Black carp is not eaten by many Americans due to it being a tough fish to cook correctly because of all the bones it has. Let's move on to some of the characteristics of the black carp. Their body can vary between a brown to blackish color. The fins are brownish black or black with lighter colors at the bases, while their scales are large and overlapping with dark edges. The carp's body is very long, but very compressed. Its mouth is toothless, but has throat teeth, which are good for crushing shells of their prey. The black carp tends to stay close to the bottom of the water, and does not jump out of the water, which other carp species do. The black carp is the only species of carp that does this. The black carp becomes sexually mature at the ages of 4 to 6 years old, and once the females are able to have babies, they have hundreds of thousands. This is definitely a cause of them being invasive because of how many are born at a single time. They are able to live up to about 15 years. Wondering why the black carp are so dangerous. Black carp pose a significant threat to the environment due to their diet, which primarily consists of native snails and mussels. These mussels play a crucial role in maintaining healthy aquatic ecosystems by filtering water and supporting a complex food web, such as birds, turtles, and many more. When black carp decimate these populations, the consequences ripple throughout the environment. Native fish and other wildlife that rely on snails and mussels for a food source may face starvation. The loss of these natural filters also lead to the poor water quality, promoting algae blooms and further disrupting the ecological balance. The introduction of black carp can alter habit structure, impacting spawning grounds and shelter for native species, ultimately reducing biodiversity and ecosystem resilience. These are all the sources that I used for conducting my research, and these are all my sources that I used for all my pictures. This is the end, and I hope everyone enjoyed this presentation of invasive species in black carp.